All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you may have seen on the channel I uploaded like For the Love of the Game, the Coach Mo video, but I haven't really gone into like full-on Dynasty gameplay and video. Well, that's going to change starting today. So previously I did a no NIL/portal run with Navy. There were a couple of things that I missed that I want to actually fix this time around after I kind of did like a test run in my spare time. So let's just kind of start from the top. We're going to use Heisman difficulty as the base because I think the CPU decision making or just the AI decision making in general on coach mode is a lot better here. We're going to do CPU only on the coach firing because this build kind of only works for Navy. You can adopt it for like Air Force and Army if you want to, the other service academies. But I think my specific build that I'm going to showcase, this is going to be a long form video, so just sit tight, skip ahead, skip around, rewind, do whatever you got to do. Coach firing, CPU only, Coach X speed, XP. We're going to keep it on normal. This hasn't been patched yet. This is going to be an offline dynasty, so once they patch it, I'm not going to have access to change it. That's fine. Injuries on, manual player progression off. This is going to tie into the fact that we are not using the portal. We can only target players that have zero NIL expectations. And we also cannot target JUCO players. So we're going to literally be recruiting guys that don't want any money and just want to play ball. I have not been able to replicate the progression that these 1-stars and 2-stars get while at Navy just using the base game. So I've kind of developed a theory in my mind that if I turn this manual progression to 0, so I have full control, and then if I redshirt everyone to get an additional year, that I'll be able to get those 70s to 80 overalls that you see at Navy currently. I could see how having this set to 0 at a 5-star or 4-star prestige school could be cheesy, but I'm literally only going after players that want 0 NIL and want to just play football, right? So that's my logic. I'm going after high schoolers, no JUCO, no portal, no NIL, just pure love of the game here. Pre-order membership bonus, it's 100 points. It does not go that far at all. Recruits flip all the time. I think these kind of go hand in hand. We'll just say yes. Quarter length, we're going to keep it pretty much basic, 5 minutes. I think it defaults to off, actually. That's kind of cool. Didn't know that. Coach mode on, auto pass, yes. I don't need to take control of that. Auto snap. This one is kind of interesting. There were times where I was trying to do adjustments on offense, and they snapped it before I was done. But it is kind of cool to just pick your play and let it go. Coach suggestions, pre-play cutoff. Wear and tear. We're not going to touch any of this. We're just going to leave it on. User transfer percentage, 0. The people that go to Navy have a military commitment. Now, they might lose, I think, 2 to 3 players per year. But not anybody crazy. None of like the main core guys actually leave. And because I won't be able to control who gets yanked away because of NIL, maybe they had like a good season and suddenly they want to get paid, I can't accommodate that, so I would lose them 100% of the time. And plus, when your roster gets bigger, you have to encourage, air quotes, transfers anyway, so that's kind of my cop-out for that. A league advancement manual. Sometimes I'll accidentally play my game first and forget to do recruiting, and I don't want to automatically skip that, so definitely don't want to do that. Auto progress players, off. Auto recruiting, off. We're going to do that ourselves. Auto coach progression, off. We're going to handle our budget, which is going to be pretty much focused on pure player progression. I am going to stick with Navy's current head coach. I really like Brian Newberry. I think he's terrific. So I don't really want to touch any of his stuff. Gameplay. This one is interesting. I feel like, theoretically, if the decision-making or ability gets artificially buffed, let's just say if the skills get buffed 3 to 5% per skill, well, crap, on speed, strength, agility, acceleration, etc., that's a pretty big jump. In my mind's eye, I thought about bumping up the user 5 and then lowering the CPU 5. Ball security, I don't need to see more fumbles. That's not really a skill. Whether they get the interception or not, I'm not going to change that. Pass coverage 55, and Lord knows tackling needs a buff. Obviously, break tackle is not a rating on here. They're still laser accurate. I don't really care. To me, a 10% difference between, so let's just imagine 100% is the overall skill available for the game to assign. Giving them giving them a Heisman brain with only a 5% off a base reduction for them. Again, we're going to keep these at 50-50. I feel like this is a good starting point. I feel like this is a good starting point for Heisman on coach mode. The first thing that I do is I go ahead and get the sports performance. Off-season progression, 20%. That's the first thing that I do. I buy the Platinum Sports Performance. Got 100 points here. The main thing we can't, so he doesn't have any tier 3 motivator, so we really need to get Mike Brennan out of here. He's not really what we're looking for. We gotta have, this guy has tier 3 motivator across the board on defense. He can stay. I don't care that he's a low overall. He's exactly what we want. From what I noticed, I had a big issue with the quarterbacks because you only can start with a 1-star. So I have 100 points, so I can get the tier 3 master motivator for quarterback. This will be a long term for this sort of build here. Long term, this is kind of exactly what you want right there. And also, we want to go ahead and boost these up real quick. If you're stuck only being able to recruit a 1-star quarterback, that's going to be your weak spot, and you're going to have to do whatever you can to make it better. This is essentially what I'm going to do. So I can show you what I'm talking about here. The lowest NIL expectation from 4 stars, 160. Wrong way. 3-star quarterback, 20. That means I can never have a 3-star quarterback. 2-star, 5. There are no 0 NIL 2-star quarterbacks. I know. So terrible. So terrible. All right, I got 35 quarterbacks on the board. We do not need that many. All right, now, playing time grade. You see that right there? Boom, we got a C. So interesting enough, he has the highest overall out of all the quarterbacks on the board. Now, do I want to scout 35 quarterbacks? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Since he is the highest overall, let's go ahead and scout him and see what we got here. Okay, we've got an 85 speed. Really like that. I think he's going to come in at about 87, 88 when he comes in as an actual redshirt freshman. I'm happy. 85 throw power. I can work with that. His awareness is a 56, which is really bringing his overall down. However, like I said, we're redshirting everybody, so they're going to have a whole year to develop. So they should come in pretty well off. So I think we're going to roll with that. So I found my 2 running backs that we're going to be recruiting. You can recruit a fullback that's utility, but they really don't capture the essence of the dive back. Like, Navy's dive back last year was Alec Texa, excuse me, and he was a high school running back. So I'm not really trying to look for utility fullbacks and blocking fullbacks. I really need a converted running back, and he wasn't huge either. Basically, just put your strongest guy. See, north-south blocker. That instantly, that's obviously going to be my dive back. Knowing they're all about the same overall, you can do this. Within the top 5, there are 2 5-tier pipelines and one tier. Looks like Wyoming. That's a total of like 11 pipeline power. Let's just say it that way. I was gonna say recruiting power, but so there's 2 and there's 3. Those are objectively better and easier to land recruits than this guy. Let's not do that. Let's definitely redshirt every freshman, and if there's a senior who's a backup, I got like 2 seniors. I want to keep one for next year. If I redshirt him, I basically ensure my best receiver will have no less than probably high 70s, low 80s next year, somewhere around here. Now they have NIL that they're expecting, but we're not paying NIL. He is the second best guard at his position. He's a senior. So I'm going to redshirt him to keep him around. 2 senior safeties. No, there's no sense in me losing both. Those guys are obviously freshmen, so we're going to redshirt them. Perfect. Okay. I'm glad we finally figured that out. In my opinion, the fact that you only get like a 1-star quarterback, you don't really want to miss out on the opportunity to get this guy. So in my opinion, if you're going to do this build, I strongly suggest you lock in on your quarterback. And from there, I don't really care what you do. Now that East-West playmaker, the fact that the highest grade was the East-West playmaker makes me think he's going to be pretty good. I definitely want to lock in on him. Now this guy that we scouted, that 96 speed receiver, oh yeah, no. We already scouted that. We know we want that. This tight end that I said was probably a luxury. Okay, I changed my mind. I wasted hours. Crap, I didn't mean to do that. All right, well, the fact that I added extra 10 hours onto you means they're going to come off of you. Sorry, buddy. I don't know. He just looks like he's going to be easier to get. So I feel like I should do the smart thing. Now that I wasted 15 hours, I can only do 35 hours. He's a hybrid safety, coverage specialist. That was kind of an easy decision for me.
To the air on first down. Oh, they're after him. They're working that right side. They'll get it to the 48 on the option. The pitch. Could be an alley. They finally knocked it in the back in motion. Back to pass, it's Woodson.
Oh, he's going to take off. That was him. Let's get it. This is the actual camera view I wanted. Oh, Lord. Ooh. Tip drill, baby. Tip drill, baby. I didn't increase the interception, so it's less.
These players are angry. They feel like they're being disrespected.
They got him. They got him. There we go. All right, well, that's going to do it for me for the little play test portion. I'll come back tomorrow maybe with the full game. Maybe I'll work on the sliders in the meantime, maybe get something a little bit more competitive. Or I'll just play the rest of this off stream and then maybe just restart it and let y'all know what I think about it. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for me for the episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed the setup. Not sure what's going on with my depth chart. I think my redshirting fiasco probably messed it up. We'll have to fix that. But that's going to do it for me. God bless you. Jesus loves you. Assume Football out.